Hi, in this video, we're going to welcome back my friend and colleague and fellow certified PMA advisor, Amber Sonsalla. Hi, Amber.
That gets to be a mouthful, doesn't it?
It's a lot. Well, Amber is back with us to talk about a topic that seems to be growing, and it's really important to us to make people aware of the findings and where we stand on this topic. And we really have a great treat for you that we'll link where we've gotten this information from constitutional attorney Chris Ann Hall. And so we're going to talk about status correction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're going to do it skit style, just so you guys know. Because
yeah, we're going to have a little fun.
Yeah, it is. So, Lane, what if I told you I was going to do something that would require me to renounce my U.S. citizenship voluntarily? And then if I was eligible to do it, and it's super hard to be eligible, I renounce my citizenship to the Secretary of State and, correct my citizenship status.
Oh, I might ask you, well, why would you want to do this, Amber?
Yeah, so the main reason, I just want to be free from all the control. Like, I don't want to be told what to do anymore. And I don't want to be the government subject. I don't want to be under their rule, their control with all their regulations and everything. I just want to be free and have all my freedoms and my liberties and my rights that I'm supposed to have. So I just want to take that back.
Okay. Well, I can certainly see, especially right now, why you would want to do that. And you might think that correcting your U.S. citizenship would be a wise idea. However, you know what? I happen to have watched a few times now an amazing video with Chris Ann Hall. And if you do that, Amber, according to the actual legality to U.S. law, this would mean that you couldn't get a driver's license. You wouldn't even be eligible for a driver's license. And you might even not be able to get a bank account. There's certain places you couldn't own property. You would become, in effect, an illegal alien here in your home country, and you would have to, after 90 days, apply for a visa. You'd have to have a visa to stay here. And you have to get a work visa. You wouldn't be allowed to vote, and you wouldn't even be able to be involved in government in any way, shape, or form, or get a U.S. passport. If you did get a U.S. passport some way through this process, where would you go? Right? They're not even going to give you one of those. As a matter of fact, if you did this according to the immigration laws, you would be making a fraudulent immigration claim, which carries both civil and criminal penalties.
Yeah, and that kind of sounds like if I was not eligible, if I renounced my status, my U.S. citizenship, and then I wasn't eligible to correct my status, and I'd be an illegal citizen, like, could I be detained or what's the word? Deported?
You could.
But like, where would they take me? Because I belong here.
That's the thing. You wouldn't have.
But they just like inevitably detain me then?
Maybe.
Holy moly.
Maybe.
Yeah. I don't think I want to do this anymore.
I think that's a wise choice. Especially as Chris Ann says, if you have buyer's remorse, and now you write a letter saying, because it's a voluntary action to renounce your citizenship, and then you watch this and watch Chris Ann's video, and you say, I have buyer's remorse. What was I thinking? Now you have to write a second letter, a second affidavit to the Secretary of State saying, it was involuntary because I didn't have all the information, or I was basically fooled.
Basically not informed consent. Yeah, or yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, going back and trying to beg and yeah, that
Yeah.
does not sound like something I want to do.
No, no. You know, and I gotta say, I get it. We get it, you guys.
We do. We really do.
We really do. As a matter of fact, I even began to look into this sort of thing before I found private associations, before I found PMA power. And I was for a moment really excited. And then I had that moment of clarity where it's, oh, you have to have a piece of paper and you say funny things to the police if they pull you over. I'm like, that just doesn't sound like a good idea at all. And with a private association, you're not having to renounce your citizenship, right?
Mm-hmm. As much as I know that there are bad things that are happening in terms of the people appointing, I'm trying to avoid certain hot words because I don't want us to get flagged.
Right.
The thing that's coming up this Tuesday on November 8th or whatever day that is.
Yeah.
You know, as much as we know that there are problems with that process, you know, that's what makes us a republic, a constitutional republic, is having those checks and balances and those processes. And I'd rather work on fixing, you know, some of those loopholes, some of those errors in the system, instead of taking myself out of the system and then just being, what is it, a vagabond, basically? Like,
Ah,
I'm basically like a homeless person in essence. It's like, yeah.
yeah.
And knowing what repercussions could have, like, I'm a mom, I cannot risk that stuff.
Mhm.
And so personally, I'm not going to touch the stuff with, you know, a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, that's my personal stance. And, you know, Lane is going to link to Chris Ann Hall's video that she did on this topic. Chris Ann Hall is the constitutional attorney. She's the one with all this expertise and knowledge and ability to research and understand the laws. But we just feel so compelled to share this knowledge, share these facts with you, because everyone deserves to be an informed consumer of whatever they're buying into, whether it's, you know, medical stuff, whether it's, you know, our citizenship, or anything in between. We all deserve and have a right to be informed of what decisions we're making. And so we know that, you know, all of us are adults. We all get to be in charge of our own, you know, our own decisions and what we do with our lives. So we're just sharing information that we have come across that really helps clearly with fact-based information, not opinions, not feelings, explain why this is maybe not a solid idea. But, you know, we don't want to tell you what to do. If you feel you have done your due diligence to do your research and feel that you have come to a different conclusion, like, good for you, like, you do you. We just want to make sure that everyone gets access to information from, you know, multiple sides, so that, you know, people can't say like, well, I didn't know. It's like, well, maybe you did. And that sounds a little sassy. I wasn't trying to be that sassy.
Well, I mean, there is a lot of information floating out there, and that's why when we find something like this that is so fact-based, it's based on laws, there's the codes that you can see, you can go look them up for yourself, that we feel it's so important to get out to people. Yeah. So again, yeah, you get to make your own decisions. We're not telling anybody what to do. We're just letting you know, here's a great resource. Again, do all your own research. And this is where we stand. And actually, it's pretty much the stance of PMA Power too.
Yeah, I mean, our mentor, that's his official stance, and as PMA Power advisors, that's our official stance as well. And, you know, yes, there is this huge level of self-responsibility that goes along with taking back your rights in whatever form that looks like, whether it's, PMAs and private associations, or
Trust.
anything else. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, don't take anybody's word for it. Don't even take Chrisanne Hall's word for it. Look up what she's talking about. Look at all the references and what, leads into that stuff. So for yourself. Yeah. And the information's out there. No, it's not always easy to find, but it is out there. And thanks to the age of the internet, we actually have access to this without having to find the nearest, law library.
Right.
That's the beauty of it.
It is. Hashtag 25 seconds to find the truth.
Yeah. Yep.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you, Amber, so much. Thank you, everybody. And if you are looking to set up a private education association, faith-based, Amber's your gal. She's the one. We'll link her information below as well. And then, of course, you always have all my information too if you want to set up a free consult with me. So God bless. Thank you, Amber.
You're welcome. Thanks for inviting me. Words are not working.
Talk to you soon. Oh, like, subscribe, and share.
Yes. Yes.
We'll see you in the next video.